figures at Fox News have dealt with numerous allegations regarding sexual assault and sexual harassment. Now, Roger Ailes, who was the head of Fox News for quite some time, is no longer the head of Fox News because a number of women came forward and accused him of sexual assault or sexual harassment as well. Gretchen Carlson was the initial woman who came forward with those allegations. Now it turns out that 21st Century Fox, the parent company of Fox News, has settled a lawsuit or settled a case involving a former female host on Fox who was alleging that Bill O'Reilly had sexually harassed her. Juliet Huddy is the name of the woman, and she had threatened to sue because she claims that not only did Bill O'Reilly sexually harass her, he also had a negative impact on her career when she did not give in to his advances. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read you portions from a New York Times report on this case, and they settled for a figure that we're unsure of. It's in the high six figures. Okay, but here are the allegations that she outlined in a letter. She says Juliet Huddy had said that Mr. O'Reilly pursued a sexual relationship with her in 2011 at a time he exerted significant influence over her career. When she rebuffed his advances, he tried to derail her career, according to a draft of a letter from her lawyers to Fox News that was obtained by the New York Times. Now, this letter was leaked to the New York Times, and so they went and corroborated it. They confirmed that it was real, and it's real. Okay, let me give you more details. The letter includes allegations that Mr. O'Reilly had called Ms. Huddy repeatedly and that it sometimes sounded like he was masturbating. He invited her to his house on Long Island, tried to kiss her, took her to dinner and the theater, and after asking her to return a key to his hotel room, he appeared at the door in his boxer shorts.
Well, that had to be really appealing.
Okay, so before I go on with more details on this particular case, and again, 21st Century Fox settled this out of court, maybe because they didn't want the negative publicity, but unfortunately for them, the negative publicity is now out there. O'Reilly had problems with sexual harassment in the past. Back in 2004, there was a producer who had alleged that he had sexually harassed her, left really questionable voicemail messages on her phone saying that he wanted to use a loofah all over her body, then referred to it as a falafel. He sounded drunk. So that was another thing that he settled.
So I can't believe he did it again. But I don't know why I can't believe it, because all they ever do is settle the cases. They never get any kind of repercussions. He continued to make millions upon millions upon millions of dollars every year since he did it to that producer back in 2004. And Fox News and Roger Ailes always had his back, because Roger Ailes thought, there but for the grace of God to go, I'm doing the same thing at the same time, let alone what Roger Ailes had done in the past. So I guess there was a green light at Fox News. Sexually harass any woman you like. Don't worry, we got, like Trump would say sometimes at his rallies, right? Go ahead, punch the protester in the face. I'll pay your bills. Roger Ailes basically apparently saying to his top host, go ahead, sexually harass anyone you like. I'll pay your bills.
No, this story is so incredibly twisted because it turns out that Huddy was Roger Ailes' goddaughter.
Oh my God.
So I don't, look, here's the thing. If she is his goddaughter, I think that it would be very weird for her to come forward with false allegations. Also, it's interesting that these cases continuously get settled out of court. Again, she's not the first woman who made these allegations, and so...
Sometimes they settle out of court because they want to avoid bad publicity.
Right.
Sometimes they settle out of court because they're wrong, and they would lose the case and lose even more money. So, and it's not like Fox News is shy and shies away from a fight. If they think they're right and someone's lying about how their host or executive sexually harassed someone, they would fight them to the end. I mean, when they thought they had any kind of case to make in the press, they would be vicious in attacking their opponents. Here they're like, anyway, let's make this one go away. Gives you a sense of whether it happened or not. And they're not in the business of giving away a lot of money for things they didn't do.
Right. So let me give you some more details, because another individual was implicated in these allegations, and it's an executive at Fox News. So Ms. Huddy also said that a longtime Fox executive, Jack Abernethy, had retaliated against her professionally after she made clear that she was not interested in a personal relationship with him either. Okay. By the way, later he was actually given a promotion to co-president.
Yeah.
So it turns out that there were no, by the way, after they had settled the case.
Gee, I wonder why sexual harassment happened over and over again on Fox News. Well, because if you did it, you would get a promotion and you would get a raise. Bill O'Reilly's got nothing but raises since the original allegations in 2004 and the original lawsuit. And those aren't just allegations. We heard the tapes. Back in the day, we played the tapes for you on the Young Turks. You hear him. He's very clearly masturbating. He says he's masturbating in the older case. In this case, the same exact accusations, right? And he's like, oh, I want to rub a loofah all over you. Oh, and I want to rub a falafel all over you. And she's not participating at all. She's recording the calls. I mean, imagine that, right? There is no reciprocation. There's no phone sex back and forth. Mm-hmm. She's saying nothing or like, hey, not interested. And he continues with the falafel talk. Then after that, he gets busted. Keith Olbermann goes after him night in, night out, and he does it again.
Well, look, again, if you're working for a company that's going to back you up regardless, then you feel emboldened. And this is a microcosm of what we see on a broader scale in the U.S., where certain people, because of a two-tier justice system, get away with certain crimes, and they're emboldened by it. So they'll do it again. That's the reason why justice is so important. By the way, I always find it really interesting that the people who talk about family values the most are the same people who get caught up in these types of scandals, right? So he's a married man.
And he was married.
Oh yeah, he's divorced now, right?
His wife cheated on him with a cop, and then he tried to get the cop fired because he gives a lot of money to the local police department. He's a real classy guy. And in the divorce proceedings, his kids said they barely see him, and so that led me to ask the question, where are the fathers? That's the question he always asks about black people,
a good point.
right?
That's a good point.
And if you read the divorce proceedings and you ask, where are the Fox News fathers?
I don't know why I thought he remarried, but I guess I was wrong about that. So he's a single man.
He's apparently very busy. I don't know if he was married at the time of 2011, at the time of these allegations. So.
Right. And also the first scandal that we found out about in 2004 involving his producer, Andrea Macris.
He was definitely married at that time.
Yeah.
So family values, unless I'm sexually harassing my boss's goddaughter and he's into it. Oh, Fox News 101. Become a TYT member and you get all the shows on the network, including Aggressive Progressive, the most progressive show there is anywhere. Check it out, tytnetwork.com/join.